All right. C1x development, day 22. We're going to try and wrap up today, or get really, really close. I recently pushed out version 11, version 1.0.11 in Throw with the Pros. That went live today. Sent out a email newsletter to the 150 people I have on the Throw with the Pros email list as the last call for getting added to the beta testing list for C1x. I've already had a number of people come over from that, but sent out one last invite today. I was waiting to send it out because I also wanted to. I typically send out a newsletter for the app updates as well. But yeah, so hopefully we get a few more there. We'll at least have an initial beta testing list to start with. Just got back from playing a casual round. It's real hot out here in Utah. We don't have much left. We got pretty close last time. I am, now that I'm thinking about it, one of the things I'm going to do today, let's keep this pulled up here. This was our next steps item because we finished all of that general development list. But the first one is going to be these tutorial messages. So this is not something that's very complicated, as long as I get all of the required code set up. So I've got Throw with the Pros, my code for that app on the other screen, to make sure that I am doing this right. Where is it? Variables? What variables? Users. Yeah, there we go. All right. New tutorials. So I did it. Let me go see how I'm calling these. I want to make sure that I have the right structure in, so I'm displaying them once and then they're gone. Just like they are in Throw with the Pros. I like how the tutorials are set up in Throw with the Pros right now. I think they're pretty good. Check tutorial status, new tutorials provider. So if I go to tutorials, do I have a provider set up? I do, based on new tutorials, which is this. Save new tutorials progress, new tutorials key. Okay, perfect. This should be pretty much all I need. Let's, I did not do this. So I'm going to just completely copy the code from Throw with the Pros. I think I'm going to try to. If it'll let me. No errors yet. We're going to get rid of this. That was my game plan for the Throw with the Pros tutorial. I'm just going to call it tutorials. We'll add to these as I need to. Update tutorial values, new values. I don't need the commented out section. Excuse me. Tutorials provider. Tutorials, list bool. Save tutorial progress. Tutorials completed key. Yeah, this is fine. A bit more new there, just because of a little bit of OCD. All right, so this is going to be our structure. It's provider set up the same way our courses and rounds are. I know there's other ways to do this within Flutter, but I don't know if I talked about this at all in a previous stream. I had lots of pains with the native state management system in Flutter. State management meaning just how I'm tracking the values of variables across different views. That's probably a very simple explanation. I'm sure I'm missing things with that. The people who actually do this for a living can correct me. Might have to pause for just a sec here. Anywho, but this RiverPod is a third-party package that I have found to be quite a bit easier for managing variable values. It's what I'm already using, as I said, for our courses and rounds and all of that. And we're going to use it for the tutorials as well. So this is going to be our structure. We need to determine what all I want the tutorial to include. We're going to have welcome message on launch, which is good. Let's go to, we'll have an add a course menu. My courses. I think that's pretty straightforward. I don't think I'm going to put one in there for right now. Preset courses, I will. Preset courses menu. Sorry, distracted me. And so what I'm doing here is I'm just making a note. I'm creating a variable of each view that I want to have a little tutorial message pop up, which will be very brief, but just views that I think need a little bit of explanation. So I'll have one here. We'll have one on the preset courses. All stats view. All stats. Add course. Preset courses. Versus pros, I'm not going to do one right now just because I don't even have that built out yet. Settings will do. False. Settings, I'll do one for the all rounds view. Which is this one down here. Pulls up all the rounds in the app. Ooh, interesting. One thing I didn't think about. Hitting the back button from the all rounds view now goes to the main menu. Let's capture this on the to add later real quick. Make it so when a round is navigated to from the all rounds view, the back button goes back to the all rounds view instead of the main menu. All right, get that captured real quick so I don't forget about it. Jump on back. So we've got all rounds. Start a round. This is fairly self-explanatory. I do want the scorecard to have one. False. 6 scorecard. And I think that's going to be it for now. So we're going to have 7 messages. Because we're starting with 0. And that is the extent of the structure that we need. So now, on our main menu as an example, let me make sure these are set up the same way. What's my issue here? Do I still have the load tutorials completed? Check tutorial status. Oh, but this is on the main menu. I need to go to main. I do still have load tutorials completed. Why do I have that still? New tutorials provider, save. Pods. That's just courses. It must be on the main then. Watch. User settings, reward variables, course information, load tutorials completed, but I don't think I ever actually use any of these. Oh, I do. Okay. That's how I'm updating them initially. Alright. That makes sense. So we're going to go back to tutorials, and then down here we're going to drop this. Tutorials completed key and tutorials provider update tutorial values, temp values. Okay. So now we're in line with how I had it set up in Grow with the Pros. And then on main menu, within the main menu here, consumer stateful widget, consumer state, route aware. Okay, we've got init state, load current round. Okay. Did change dependencies. If route is page route, route observer subscribe this route. And I throw this in here. Check tutorial status, load tournament, so I just need that one. Dispose, route observer unsubscribes, dispose. Did pop next. Load current round. If is dialog showing and modal route of context. Current. Here I can check tutorial status. Okay, and then I need to actually have this code. Alright, so nope, go away. I'm going to go down to text here underneath load current round. This. Switch, and a lot of this I'm going to end up deleting, but I'm going to get it all in there first to save myself a little bit of headache. Easier to delete stuff than have to add it back in. This is long. that's it. Alright, so here we need a tutorials completed is equal to tutorials provider. All of this stuff will go away right now. And then the is dialog showing. Let's go ahead and capture that here. Okay. So now we'll run through this. Welcome to column. This one we can get rid of. Just trying to get this set up, so I just have to change the content. Excuse me. We'll delete the rest of this. And then no style here on pressed is equal to tutorials completed is equal to 0 ref read tutorials provider. So this is the code for me to actually update my tutorial values to say that I did indeed show the tutorial and the user completed it. So now that will show. This one will have, say, C1x. Let's let me pull up my Instagram bio for C1x. That's what I'll copy into here, maybe. Maybe. That's a little long. All right, let's just go. We're just going to call it Disc Golf Stat Keeping Reimagined. Tap Courses Plus to add, edit, and delete courses. Yep. Tap Start Round to start scoring. Tap All Stats to view our all-time statistics. Some of this I don't think I actually need explanations for. Your rounds will show up on this screen and under all rounds. And tapping all rounds. I do think that's pretty much it. So the test here is going to be, let's run it, see if it shows. It showed. Yay. I'm missing a little spacing here. So I just added the space in between these. And an example round is shown here. Shown here, and will be replaced by the first round use score. Is that too much? I don't know. All right, and then if we dismiss it, it shows again. Showed twice there, which is annoying. Why? Why did it show twice? What did I not? What did I not quite copy? Check tutorial status. If tutorials completed 0 and dialog has been shown. Set state both equal to true. This is all normal, I think. Oh, it showed again because I didn't actually set it to be true. So I think if I do this again, it will show it twice again. Because I commented out the code that actually confirms that I showed the tutorial. Okay. So now I just have to comment this out. And it will work. Let me go. I want a button to reset all the tutorials. In part so I can just use it for my own testing here. Set all tutorials. Save tutorial progress. Update tutorial values. Perfect. And then let's go to the app settings. And I need a reset tutorials button. Where did I put settings at? There we go. Reset tutorials. I need to, I already am calling tutorials, which is great. Reset all tutorials. Ref. Perfect. So now I should be able to call that. Need to refresh it first. So I just enabled that. No, it is still showing though. Huh. Why is it doing that? I'm gonna have to dive into that in a second. Dismiss. Reset tutorials. Clicking that. Reset this one at least, which is good. Perfect. All right, there was something with Let me just do it right now while it's actively bugging me. Something about these was slightly different. Let's stay, load existing season, no. That's the wrong one. Stay, load current round. Did change dependencies, modal round, if route is observed, subscribe. Widgets, instance, async. Route observer. Okay. Dispose, unsubscribe. Yeah, did pop next. Load current round, if. Check tutorial status. Load tournament status, check tutorial status. I wonder why, because I'm just getting that issue where it's shown the tutorial twice, and I'm not 100% sure why. Wait, actions, update, then set state is dialog showing false. Huh? I don't know. Not sure entirely what the issue is there. The reset tutorials button is working though. So now I should just need to go look at one more view and how I implemented the tutorial there. Copy and paste that into the views that need to get it. And that should be it. Welcome message. So the next one was add a course, which is going to be this. Under init state. And that was where I was using this. Okay. Alright, it's gonna make me kind of do this the hard way here. But once I do it once, I can just copy and paste. Perfect. I think I guessed right there. Tutorials completed. Tutorials provider. Tutorials completed 1. We'll get rid of the style right now. Tutorials completed. Provider. Update tutorial values. Save tutorial progress. Alright, so add a courses 1. This should all work exactly as intended, and now we just need a courses. Courses can be quickly added on this screen to view your current course list. Tap My Courses to view a list of courses already available in the available to download in the app. Tap Preset Courses. Is there anything else I need to include on this? I don't think so. So I'm going to get rid of these. Maybe I want to leave that last size box. And then these are good. So tutorial 1 is done now for the add a course. And now I should be able to just take this structure and copy paste. So just inside of that should be this. All right, so add a course is done. Next is preset courses, which is our global courses right now. That gets copied and pasted right here. Preset courses. This is a list of courses available to download and use in the app. To add a course, tap it. And then tap add to list. And then I can get rid of this one. All right, and then this is going to be 2. That's why I threw the numbers here as well. Preset courses is 2. All right, so next is going to be all stats, which is 3. So all stats up here, right there. All stats. Filter which rounds are included, and then see your stats for all rounds in the app. Maybe this needs to just be 2 items. This view displays displays combined stats for all of your rounds in C1x. In the app. I'm going to say in the app just because saying in C1x might be confusing because it is the name of a stat. To filter which rounds are included, use the controls below. And then I'll throw in a little note here that says pro comparisons will include visuals of your graphics compared to pros on tour. All right, and then this one's going to be 3. 3, yep. So next is going to be settings, right here. The settings actually need one. I don't think so. I actually don't think setting needs one right now. So I'm actually going to take that off. We'll update these numbers. All right, so instead, next is going to be all rounds, which is this. All right, this view displays all of the rounds that you've scored using C1x. Update the quotation mark here. What else do I need to say about that view? Tap on a round to see its info. Good enough. All right, and then I can delete this one. I don't need it for this. All right, and so all rounds is now 4. So we come here, we change this to a 4. Make sure I change that last one, okay? And then the last one is scorecard. So we'll come up here, scorecard. This is where you'll score rounds in C1x. Use the buttons below to indicate where each shot lands. You might be prompted for additional information on certain shots that require it. I'll just on shots that require it. I'll get rid of this. And then this should be 5, right? Okay, so we save that. We hit reset, and now all of the tutorials should be working in the app. Settings is not going to give us one, but let me hit reset just so we get the main menu one again. Dismiss it. We'll go to courses. We get one here. Preset courses. Did I add one for preset courses? Now I gotta remember. I definitely did. My courses is not giving me one either. Okay. What about scorecard? Huh. Oh, I know why. Excuse me. Silly me. So I did the welcome. I'm only checking to make sure the add a course tutorial was. I'm not actually checking the correct values. On main menu, so this is if tutorials completed 0 is false. Add a course is if tutorials completed 1. The next one is, where is it at? Tutorials. Preset courses, so this one needs to be 2. Next is all stats, which needs to be 3. Next is all rounds, which needs to be 4. And then scorecard, which needs to be 5. Okay, now we're good. All right, let's reset. All right, we get this one. Courses, preset courses. Let me go reset and let's let me verify spelling here. Add, edit, and delete courses. Tap start round to start scoring a new round. An example round is shown here and will be replaced by the first round you score. You can reset. Okay, that one is good. Courses can be quickly added on the screen. To view your current course list, tap My Courses. View list of courses available to download in the app. Tap Preset Courses. That's fine. Probably could be explained a little bit better, but download when using the app. To add a course, tap it, and then tap Add to List. It does say Add to List, right? Yep, good. My Courses. Did I do one on My Courses? Add course and preset courses. Okay, I did not do a tutorial on My Courses. So we should have all stats. This view displays combined stats for all of your rounds in the app. To filter which rounds are included, use the controls below. Pro comparisons will include visuals of your graphics. That one's got some typos in it. Pro comparisons visuals of your stats, and the button actually says verse pros. Okay, so that one's fixed. And then all rounds, this view displays all of the rounds that you've scored using C1x. Tap on a round to see its info. Perfect. Let's do a reset one more time. Let's do this, reset tutorials. And then I'm going to cancel the app, and then we're going to relaunch it just because I want to see if that showing the first tutorial twice, if that issue is still happening. But as long as it's not, we can go ahead and check off the tutorial messages. I might check it off anyways, even if it is, if I think it's at least a simulator issue and not a app issue. But I don't really know. Let's go look at the code while I'm waiting for it. Because it's basically set up the same way as check tutorial status. I'm only calling it once, right? Let's go find out here. Interesting, interesting. All right, let's this might be a bit much for ChatGPT, but let's at least give it a pass at this before I spend a ton of time. Below is the code I'm using to show an initial show a welcome message in my app. Message is immediately showing again after hitting dismiss, but then disappears after dismissing the second time. Let's see if the code is too long here. Nope, not yet. So what if I just get rid of this? I had that in because I'm showing multiple tutorial messages sometimes and throw it the pros, and that's intentional. Multiple different tutorials. And I want to have the same capability in C1x as needed. But I guess I may not need it, actually. We implemented the suggestion. Let's see if that fixes it real quick. Did I not reset it? Still doing it. Let's do this one more time here. Is dialog showing? Main menu. Still the exact same issue. state is dialog showing. But if I dismiss it again and I reload the app, it doesn't show, right? So that is working. So maybe I just, instead of going with this long session here, welcome message has been shown, equal to false. Let's get rid of that. And let's go down here. Okay, I guess that's fine. I can leave the is dialog showing there. And then here we're going to go and welcome message has been shown. And so I get rid of this, and then we're going, yeah, then I throw this in there. Set state. Yeah. Let's hard reset tutorials. Let's stop. Let's launch it one more time. See if that does the trick. I'm going to end up adding another button to this. So we can go and do that right now. Box height 20. Copy this. All right, what you got? Shows once. Still, really, it is still showing again. I'm setting it equal to true when dismisses hit. So that should just never run. Something's loading twice. Pop next running. Print. Welcome. Message has been shown. Below is my new code with logging. This is my output still showing twice. All right, let's reset it again. Reset. Load this in. see what the output is here. We will see. On the settings for URL, emails and URLs, launch privacy policy, final URI feedback form. All right, we got this to pop up. Actually, I don't have all of the logging that I need. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Main menu. Print, dismiss, pressed. Now it's showing 3 times. Seriously? It's getting worse, not better. It's always fun. Immediately above. Okay. I'll try it. So it says to move it right here. And so now we go reset a bunch, and then we break it. And then we launch the app again. And then I go in here and I created a very simple Google form for feedback. It's already done. We're just going to make this easy. I need to copy a link. Copy it. We're going to paste this as our feedback form URL. Feedback form. We're going to copy this. This is going to be launch feedback form. Await launch feedback form. Could not launch feedback form. Okay. So now in settings, we're just going to, I just copied this, give feedback, launch feedback form. Okay, that was something else on my to-do list. I'm jumping around while I'm trying to figure out what the heck's going on here. It is still doing the same thing. Jeez. I moved the line and welcome message has been shown. Is still printing false twice. And the dialog is still showing twice. Ugh. Okay. Sure, let's try this. Let's try it. I don't know at this point. I'm just I'm tired of this not working, but we'll reset tutorials here. And then let's close it. And then let's rerun. If I go back to settings, I just added that new button, launch feedback form, give feedback. Was that text not showing? We're going to go test that too. We've got to get this to load first though. I am probably going to call it here pretty quick. So not quite getting everything done once again. Much shorter stream, but we got tutorial messages in there once this thing works. And I think I just added a button that should work just fine for pulling up a feedback form to testers. That was something I wanted to have in there. Why? Why? How is this still running? This is crazy. This is crazy. Do I need to set state in here, or what do I have to do so the tutorial doesn't show twice? I'm fairly confident I don't have this issue and throw it to pros. If it's false, run. I immediately set it to true. It should never run again. Print. Did change dependencies running. This is what the function now looks like. It's quite frustrating. Reset tutorials, break it, launch it. Let's try it one more time. Oh man. This is not working. ChatGPT is confident that this is fixing the issue. Clearly it's not. Oh, get out of here. I just did that. So it's saying don't use set state here because that doesn't work. This will fully solve it. This is the new function. Still same error. This is my output. Killing me. Why are my buttons over there now? Everything's not working. As long as you guys can still see me, that's what really matters, right? Even if everything else breaks. Just work. It's not going to this time, I know that. Great. Great, great, thanks. This is all stupid. I'm getting rid of this. Now its suggestion is welcome message has been shown. Get rid of this crap. All right. I'm gonna go here. We're gonna go here. And we're gonna go here. And then set state part of the issue? I don't know. I really don't know. Let's take it outside of it though, just in case. Throw it right inside the if statement. So using it as a provider now, trying to see if that's going to be sufficient to persist the please don't show this thing again. Please, 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 don't show it again. Just once. Just show it once. The give feedback button was in there. Text updated at least. We'll go tap it, make sure it pulls up Safari. Give it a quick test. If this works and it only shows once, I can check off those top 2 items at least. All right, disappear. What the? Why? Why? It is insane that this is not working. This is my new code. I'm still getting the exact same error. What does it not like? If tutorial is completed 0 and welcome shown. Async. What? I'm quite confused here. Check tutorial status. Future final if ref read. It doesn't like that, which means that I'm then gonna have to go down here and get rid of that. Nope, not get rid of that. Get rid of this. Nope. Where do I need to get rid of it? Alert dialog, then. Oh, yellow and purple, that's what I have here. Yellow parenthesis, purple bracket, yellow parenthesis. So if I get rid of those two, and then get rid of this, we're good now. Let's just do it again. Let's just do it again. This dialogue showing. How many places do I call that at? Okay. Reset tutorials. Relaunch it again. Let's get rid of that. Man. I'll have to call it once I fix this, hopefully. Fix it, we'll test that Google form, and then hopefully good to go. Work for me. Work for me. It's not working. This is insane. It's insane. My new code still getting the gonna try and move it outside of the widget and see if this works. And option. Well, I did just make it global essentially. All right. Take number 72, it feels like. Where's main? Relaunch it again. Please. Please, just work. I need that dialogue to not show twice. Really just for my own sanity at this point. I mean, it worked. Dare test it one more time, do a little quick reset. Oh. Beautiful. Could almost cry. I knew that was only like half an hour, but things that simple that take that long to fix are... Thank goodness for ChatGPT struggling through that. All right, tutorial messages are done. Google form for feedback is done. Cleanup code and error messages, screenshots on a larger simulator. Round display view at least a little bit more shareable. So I have a list of ideas. I think it's going to be very important in the app that when you load into this screen, it is immediately nice and aesthetic and could be screenshotted and shared on social media. I want to make sure that that's actually happening. I still want to keep these views, but it needs to be better. Needs to be better. So what can I do? I've got a list of ideas that I had, but the issue is I still want to show the hole by hole information. I think for that initial social media screen capture, screenshot, whatever, this section will probably not be there. It'd be nice if I could have like a toggle that just hid some of the stuff too. Maybe I could. Like if I were to hide the entire graphics sections right now. Hide all of this. So I'm just getting whole par, distance, scores, and then I could have a few graphics for that. That would not be too bad. Maybe that's what I roll with. Thinking internally here, which makes for great content. I'm well aware. I'm I'm going to have to do one more stream. I just don't have time to get through everything today. Part of that code cleanup is, you see the 186 problems down here. None of those are actually errors. They're just things that should probably be cleaned up. And so on stream, I'll go through and we'll clean all of those out. We'll update the round display view, and I'm going to go to my task that I have here. Round display view, at least a little bit more shareable. Way down here. Now I moved it to the top. Here we go. Add a toggle to the top of the page to hide the rest of the whole specific info. Next to course info, player score, score to par, bar graph, hole by hole graphics. Okay. So I've got an idea. Some of this stuff is definitely going to be add later, but some of it's not. Some of it's much more important than that and needs to be in for this first round of testing. First immediate thing that I'm going to do is we're going to get rid of round information, and that's instead just going to say the course, which is this. Round information, this just needs to be round courses, round index. Oh, yeah, get rid of const. Const here. And then here I can get rid of this importantly. So instead of it looking like this, we're going to shorten the view up quite a bit. I guess not quite a bit, but a little bit. We're going to shorten it up. I don't need any spacing above this. We can remove this sized box. Yeah, all right. That'll be a good enough start for right now. So next time, hopefully one more stream. Cleaning up this view, cleaning up all of the code, and getting a couple screenshots. That'll all be pretty quick. Once these three things are done, it's testing time. So my goal is going to be able to send an email out Sunday night to the entire testing list with links for testing on Apple and Google, which means that I'm probably going to stream again tomorrow to take care of those last three items, and then it'll be pushing to Apple and Google for review. I'm going to be without service for basically the entire weekend starting Thursday afternoon. So trying to get this done before then. If I'm unable to, then testing will start first of next week. But that's going to be the goal. So today we got tutorials in. We got the feedback form in. Just made a couple quick changes to this view. Still more to come though. And yeah, call it there for today. As always, thanks to anybody who finds this after the fact. Drop feedback down below.